Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video because we're catching some elks. Catch elks, you got to go where the elks are. I just landed in Colorado. Alright, so we're at the house here in Colorado. I'm going to show you this view here in a second. Awesome view, but me and my buddies, I'm hunting with 3 other of my buddies here. We just went to the range and sighted in our bing bangs. Everybody's dead on lasers. Check out some of my buddies here at the range quick.
Same hole.
But we're ready to go. We're ready to go out. We got 4 elk tags, 2 mule deer tags. First thing in the morning tomorrow, we're going to be out there chasing the elk and the mule deer. I'm super excited. Stay tuned. First, let me flip this camera around and show you the scenery behind me. Beautiful Colorado. All right, got a good night's rest. We're staying at an Airbnb house here in Colorado. Today is day 1. The guide is gonna meet us here at 5:15, and we're gonna get out there looking for some elks. I'm hunting with my buddy Joe, and yeah, we're gonna see what we see, and hopefully we're gonna get on some animals. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna go downstairs, get ready for the guide to pick us up. Put some orange on. Alright, so this morning we got on some deer, and then tonight we're up on top of the mountain on some public. I got my buddy Joe right here. No, buddy Joe's back there. This is Hunter, and then that's my buddy Caden right there. Well, see if we can find some deers and some elk to catch. Alright, so last night we ended up hiking 7.5 miles, and I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. A lot of it was stuff that you would think only a goat would go up, but we went up it. And in the end it was worth it because we saw some elk. So about halfway up that mountain, we saw elk at 2,200 yards, which was way too far to get to before dark. We kept going up the mountain, got to one of the peaks essentially, and we had elk at 550 yards, which I would have been comfortable taking that shot. But we saw 3 cows and a spike, didn't see a legal bull. But up again this morning, 4 a.m. We're gonna go hit it again this morning. Head to toe this morning in the True Timber Atera. This is the Takari from Walmart. Some of y'all been telling me you've been picking up this Walmart camo, but head to toe, even the breeches look more fancier when your camo matches. But this is that pattern with the leaves in it. True Timber Takari Atera. But keep your fingers crossed. I got an elk tag. My buddy Joe that I'm hunting with, he's got an elk tag and a deer tag. Let's see if we can make something happen this morning. Alright, so quick report from this morning. We hiked a little over 5 miles, I think, out on some public. Didn't see any elk, but we're going to be back at it this afternoon. If you want some exercise, come do some over-the-counter elk hunting in Colorado. Alright, it's a quick update on last night. I was self-filming, filmed that meadow there. Sat on the meadow till dark, had 20 cow elk come out. Thought for sure there'd be a bull with them, but just before sundown, saw 20 elk at 50 yards. 20 elk at 50 yards. That's bow range, but no bull elk. And that's what my tag is for a bull. So we're gonna hit it again this morning, see what we can find. Alright, so this morning we're sitting in the same meadow where we saw 20 cows last night. Our guide said they just heard a bull over here. I can't hear, I'm about deaf. And they're gonna try to do some calling and coax this bull over this way, so hopefully he comes out and we can take a crack at him. Alright, so this morning we did a bunch of hiking, covered a new spot, and we saw 3 cow elk on the neighbor's property, which our tag is for bulls, so it didn't really matter. Tonight, sit up on a hill, glass in 2 different water sources. I'll show you my view here in a second, but we're gonna sit here till dark, trying this and watching this water, hoping the elk come out of the trees here before it gets dark. Just had a spike come out about 300 yards. Alright, so this morning we saw a bunch of elk on the way in the dark on the highway. And then we got to the spot where we're gonna hunt. There were a bunch of cows across the street, cow elk. But we saw one bull on a different piece of property we might go after. But sit in this spot from sunrise for a little bit and see if we see something close to where we hunted last night. And I saw that spike. But if we don't see something here soon on this spot, I think we're gonna pick up and move and try something else. So, unfortunately, that is what happened on my Colorado over-the-counter elk hunt. We were all toting some 300 Win Mags. We were testing some new Bulot slingers. If you saw my 300 Win Mag versus whitetail video a couple days ago, a week ago, it was that same 300 Win Mag. Took it to go get some whitetails because we didn't end up getting any elk. But over-the-counter Colorado elk hunting, I saw quite a few cows, but my tag was 4 bull elk only, and the restrictions were it had to have at least 4 points on one side or at least a 6-inch brow tine in order to be a legal bull. I did see that spike. I watched that spike for probably half an hour. Believe me, if my tag would have allowed me to take that spike, I would have took him. I've never taken an elk. I've had tags for elk 3 different times, and I still haven't got an elk. So we're going to try again for the 4th time. Maybe the 4th time will be the charm instead of the 3rd time. But had a good time in Colorado. We hunted hard, whatever it was, 4 or 5 days. Towards the end, I started trying to focus less on the cameras and more on the hunting, and make sure that I wasn't missing anything as we got closer to the end there. But I had 20 at one point in that meadow, the second or third day. I literally had 20 cow elk just hanging all around me. They didn't know I was there. I was sitting on the ground, just not moving. It's too dark for camera light, but I thought for sure in that little herd of 20 elk there'd be a bull coming in behind them. But we even sat there after dark and just to wait for them to walk away, so we didn't spook them out of the area or off the property. And there wasn't a bull elk with them. So unfortunate, but things happen. That's the first time in a long time that I've eaten a tag, I guess. I say that. I guess whenever the last time I had an elk tag was the last time I ate a tag. But there's always next year. Next year we'll try to get an elk. But yeah, I won't ramble on any more. Flew to Colorado with some of my buddies. Not a single one of us was able to tag a bull in Colorado. We hunted hard on public. We hunted hard on some private that we had access to. Saw elk, but we never saw a bull elk in the daylight. That was a legal bull that we could take. But it is what it is. Hopefully we'll get one next time. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Over the counter hunting in Colorado is not easy. It's not a cakewalk. We definitely saw elk. Could have been worse. We could have not seen any elk. But we did our best. And you can't take elk, that aren't there. So we hunted the spots that we had access to and knew of, and the local public and some of the private we had access to. And we came up empty, every single one of us. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. If y'all have hunted elk in Colorado, tell me your stories in the comments down below. Y'all know I read every single comment. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. We got tons and tons of more action coming your way. Videos I promise you don't want to miss. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all big time. We'll see you on the next one. Hoo-dee-hoo.